A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. So let's jump right into the message and the vision. So basically, I was shown a divine feminine, and this is a divine feminine who's very healed, very powerful, and very beautiful. Now, some of the things that I'm going to tell you in this collective reading may not appear real to you because some of you are very wounded right now. Some of you are in the healing process. If you're not that wounded, but you could be still in the healing process and you've not reached that place in life where you actually feel that it's possible that someone can love you wholeheartedly or someone is gonna come into your life without any attachments or karmic energy or third parties or all of the drama and all of the jing bang. That's why I'm going to recommend you to imagine as if this is from a parallel reality of yours. Like you are the same person and this is a parallel reality. What is a parallel reality? Please Google, please see, because you need to understand or you need to soak this channeling in. This channeling is meant to strengthen your inner work. This channeling is meant to make you stronger, more positive, and believe in the power of love. But if we stay in the negative energy of fear, if we let the fear take over us and rule our lives, if we say that, oh, I have no choice, I cannot choose to believe in love, because we always have a choice, there's always a choice. God always gives us the choice to choose between fear or love. So many people talk about free will. This is actually what free will is. You got the free will to believe that things are going to work out, or you got the free will to choose to be in victim mode or stay angry. I mean, it's all right to express who you are. Your anger is justified. You are justified. You are validated. You're acknowledged. But it's up to you to continue to live in the reality which no longer serves you, because you're there to grow and experience more things, new things. You're here to fulfill your mission on earth. You're here to understand love. You're here to integrate with source. And you're here to leave this planet in due course of time with the knowledge and with the satisfaction that you had a great and authentic human experience on earth. So I'm being shown a divine feminine who is basically, the scene starts from she's getting ready for a party, and this place that I see, I could see that women and men are equal, like they both are very safe and secure. It's a world where I could not detect any crime as such. People were really free to be themselves, and there were these mass bathrooms or like public luxuries where to me it actually looked like another version of the gym facility. Like maybe people could just choose to be somewhere. So it did look like she probably had the membership of some place. Maybe it was like a spa included or swimming pool included. So she had a lifestyle where she did practice self care and self love. She was not thinking, oh, I'm not going to do this or I'm not going to do that. It is splurging. She's also a kind hearted person, so she's helpful and caring, but at the same time, she does spend time doing things that she enjoys. Maybe going for a swim, maybe going to a place where she just enjoys her time, like just dance classes, or maybe like for me, I would not go to a dance class, just giving my personal opinion, but I would go to the kitchen garden. I would go and plant some vegetables. So there was a time when this was an impossible thing to think about. I always wanted to have a place where I could foster my rescue babies or help animals, like provide or cook meals for them. There was a time where this was impossible to achieve. By the grace of God, it's all happening in the current reality. So I'm going to urge you to believe in the power of love and in the power of source. Think that your spirit guides are with you, your masters are always with you. Ask for help. If you feel lost, if you feel confused, then ask for help. Don't just ask for materialistic things. I mean, you can ask for materialistic things also, but your masters can provide you with so many cool things. They can provide you with healing, they can provide you with growth, they can provide you with interesting experiences. So ask them for something which is high frequency. Like ask them, let me become a person who always chooses love. Let me become a person who doesn't worry. Because then everything else is going to get taken care of. So seek help in the right way so that all these little things are included in it. I'm asking you to actually be smart because we always ask for things like, please make my divine masculine unblock me. Instead of saying that, you can say that, make my communication stronger, make my intuition stronger. If something or somebody is not treating me right and it's not meant for me, then let me be someone who can easily detach from a negative situation and look for the positive experiences or look for gratitude, look for what I've learned, and always remember that everything is going to work out for my highest good. And whatever I'm experiencing right now, it is also for my good. It's connecting me to my higher frequency, to my higher self, to my healed version. So, this is also this feminine's energy. She's very advanced soul and she is a kind of person who can talk to anyone easily. So I'm being shown that she's in some place. It's like a public place, but it's exclusive. It's more like not everybody is going to be around. So while she is getting dressed, so basically she's actually getting dressed to go to a party from that place itself. She's not going home. She's going straight away to that place, and there's one man who approaches her. I don't see her having any attraction towards this man, but this man talks to her and she talks to him very politely. He's also very polite to her, very nice to her. Both of them have a regular conversation. They speak about a certain subject and she gives her opinion and then she says, okay, I'm gonna leave. And by this time, she could be coming in and going out. She is also ready. So I saw a big mirror on which she puts on her eyeliner and very nice lipstick shade. And I can see she's very fit. She's a fit person. She doesn't have less weight or more weight, but she's fit. Her hair quality is nice. Her skin is nice. And you could be of any age group. So I'm not going to talk about the hair color, but I do see that this feminine has taken good care of herself and she's in love with who she is. And I think that makes her even more beautiful and attractive. So she is full of confidence, but when she goes to this party, she is thinking about somebody. She's thinking about a man who's also going to be at the party, and she is like probably imagining what's going to happen, the conversation between them. But she's also thinking about enjoying herself, like she wants to dance. And strangely, I didn't see any friends. So it was probably like a place where a lot of strangers were coming in. Maybe some of them probably are coming with a group of friends, but her specifically, I didn't see her waiting for friends or going with friends. And she had her own ride, like I was shown multiple things. This was like a unique vision. It could be a bike for some, it could be a scooty for some, it could be a car for some, but it's something that she really enjoys. And I also saw that she was riding her favorite two wheeler, like whatever it is for you. It could be even an electric bicycle or an electric scooter or some kind of vehicle that was really cool. So she hops onto it, she rides to that place. I can see her wearing a red top. The red color was standing out and it fitted her body really well. It looked really nice on her. After entering the party and mingling around with people, I also sensed that this party was a bit high vibe party. They weren't drunk people. The place was not dark. Like how you see dark clubs and nightclubs and everything is so dark when you enter a club. The ambience is dark, the music is dark, the people, there's so much drugs and so much alcohol. This place was more like a carnival. I could see so many beautiful fairy lights and bulbs, and it was nighttime, evening to nighttime kind of thing, but it was such a bright, beautiful festival. It looked like some kind of festival. So as this, vision progressed, at first, because I was also just viewing it as a channeler, I could see that it was probably a place people party. But when I saw it fully, it was more like a carnival, and the lights, the fairy lights, like stood out. They were so beautiful. It was a place which had quite a lot of open space. I could not see any boundary walls. So many people were walking in and walking out. Maybe the boundary wall was a bit far away. So she was on that vehicle of hers, the ride, and she parked it somewhere and then she walked towards that place and she started talking to some people, maybe organizers, or it didn't look like she had many close friends, but she was having a good time just looking at people, talking to people. Such an interesting place it was, such an interesting hangout, whosoever created it. And I couldn't see alcohol or glasses in people's hands. People were doing something really nice. They were drinking, eating something healthy, I think, and they were bonfires. So this was a very spiritually aware and awoke kind of crowd. And while all of this was happening, she suddenly saw someone. And she was also looking for a guy. I think this guy was like somebody popular, like slightly popular, not that popular, but slightly popular in her group. Maybe it was the one who had invited her. And she was looking for that person, but I literally choked on my own breath just now. So, that guy who she was supposed to meet or she was thinking about, he's no longer around. I mean, his energy is not there, and she's not even thinking about him anymore. On the contrary, she sees a man. Now, this is a man who she's meeting after many years, and he used to be her crush at one time. And she used to really like fancy him, or she admired him a lot. And he is this really, really attractive, lanky, uh, very nice energy kind of guy, very nice vibration, very nice person. He is talking to a lot of people, but he is not trying to be charming or anything. He's just probably just talking. And she looks at him from a distance and she goes like, "Oh my god, what is he doing here? He used to be my crush at one time." So she has no like shame or embarrassment in saying so. In fact, she's very happy to see him because she had literally forgotten about him, like completely forgotten about him. Maybe they met once in a while when they were very young, or maybe they met a bit later, but now she's meeting him at this nice gathering. There's music also, there's nice food, there are very interesting people around, very responsible people around. So she goes up to him, she walks up to him, and he is also equally surprised to see her because, of course, they know each other really well. And he's very, very happy to see her. And they literally hug each other instantly. And she goes like, "Oh my God, what are you doing here?" And he goes like, "I'm just doing whatever you're doing here." Now I could see that he had two people with him, a younger boy and a younger girl. So he was either acting like a caretaker or an advisor, or maybe he had a job at the carnival or that party like place. Who knows? That's why I said he was not talking to people in a charming way like a Casanova playboy, but more like providing information and settling people in or just giving them directions. So these two people, like younger boy and younger girl, were hovering around him while he was having this conversation with her, and they ended up teasing them about their relationship. And she had to meet someone else, and she'd completely forgotten about it. And both of them, I mean, I didn't see it like a 3 hour movie. Lots of things are like signs in the visions. A lot of things are not even spoken, but without speaking, you hear a lot of words going on, you know. So, you know that some of these actually are souls who are trying to show you things. So, I was like, oh my God, this is interesting. What's going to happen? Even I wanted to know more. Well, anyway, this place, they left from this place together, just like how they had predicted, the boy and girl, which was highly unlikely because they were not dating as per the vision. They were not in a relationship. They had suddenly met somewhere, but they left from there together. And yes, he does. I mean, she is the one who initiates it, and she tells him to go to her apartment with her, and they step inside. Now, what happens inside was more like a private thing, like I could not see it fully because there was some curtain like place, but yeah, they were in a private space. Because I also remember when the young boy and young girl were standing next to them, this girl, the divine feminine, gave a kiss to the boy because this was like a cute teenager boy. He said something funny, and the lipstick mark could be seen on his cheeks. And then she, without a reason, gave a kiss to the crush also on his cheek. And there were lipstick marks, but he didn't rub it off. The boy rubbed it off and said, "Oh my God." And the crush did not. Anyway, so when these two people were like joking with each other, I hope we don't end up going to each other's or one another's or one person's house together. And the boy said, "Yeah, and don't have sex then." And they both laugh at it because in their reality, it's highly unlikely. It's more like a joke. For them, it was more like a joke. Two people meeting at a party, hooking up, is like totally not like them. It's highly unlikely that they would do something like this. So they both laughed at it like it was a joke. But after a while, they both went from there together, and it was the girl, the divine feminine, who told him, "You can come upstairs to my house and we can hang out for a while." And he says, "Okay." So it's like going on in her mind. Is she like acting desperate, or is she wanting attention from him? Because of course she did like him a lot, and he also didn't refuse. So one thing I was shown here is that both of them were totally attachment free, which meant both of them didn't have anybody else in their life. But yeah, the feminine definitely wanted to meet someone. She was curious and inquisitive about somebody. So it seems to me that it's the feminine who had options, not the guy, not the masculine, not the crush. And he was like not checking the phone, not looking at the phone, not thinking about anyone. He was 100%, 100,000% focused on her. And as long as he was around, she also did not think about anybody else. And that guy, she completely crossed him in her head. She was like, no, I met him after so many years. We had a wonderful time together. He came to my house. We spent some time together. So it was left to my own imagination, and I feel very strongly because he stepped out from the house after a while and he looked relaxed, and she was very relaxed herself, and she kind of went to the window. She didn't wave at him from the window, but she stood at the window and saw him leaving, and she was very, very serene. She had this calmness on her face, and she felt very fulfilled and very happy, but not in a loud way, like it was subtle happiness. Now, the next interesting thing that was shown to me was somebody from her office came to her house, a girl, right after the crush leaves. Right after he left, in fact, she came, but she did not step upstairs. She rang the doorbell. And I saw these interesting houses. I saw that the houses were not made on the ground floor. Like all the buildings, it was like a small lane, but the houses were made very nicely. The insides were very luxurious, very comfortable, but the outsides were like not that comfy according to me. And maybe this is the reason why most people were having two-wheelers, or they were riding bikes or scooties or mopeds, because I think in this reality people were more conscious about the environment. At the same time, people were just making use the best use of space. So the lane that they both walked into, it looked more like a back lane, and her apartment was not like you enter the house and there's the house like inside the interior. It was more like there were these pillars. The houses were made on big pillars, and the parking space was like literally open, and the lane was thinner, so people could not take their cars inside the lanes. For the cars, maybe they had a separate parking. You could only take in a cycle or a scooty or a bike inside that lane, and then you would park it underneath your apartment, and the apartments were starting from the first floor. This is how all the houses were. So it did look very organized in a way, but it also looked a bit congested to me. Inside the house, it looked very large and very big space. I mean, for a single woman, because I didn't see any family members living with her. I didn't see mother, father, brother, sister, anyone. She lived alone. And even the crush didn't talk about anyone. Like, I have to go back to my mom is waiting, or my dad is waiting. No. They were both busy with their lifestyles, careers. I could probably sense it could be that they were living in some part away from home, or maybe they're living in a city, or maybe they're moved there because of a job. So, whatever it was interesting. It seemed like two very independent individuals, very focused, very giving, very caring, doing really cool things, living in a cool place. Any place can be cool, to be honest, but they were very conscious of their environment, and she had a clean apartment, very clean apartment, but she also was getting ready at the other place I saw in the beginning. So that place was even bigger. It was more like a huge place. So I think the choice of the other place where she was getting dressed or she was spending time, maybe that's like an extended living room for her, or it's like a social place. It could be possible that in future, or maybe in other realities, because I know There are 8 billion people on this planet, and everybody is experiencing their own type of reality. Like when I talk to people who are not from my frequency, many a times they cannot believe whatever I'm doing, and many a times I cannot believe a lot of things that other people are doing. I can say this from my own experience that yes, I'm definitely not living in the same world. I felt this many times, and I feel that this is happening to different people. Like, if you watch content also for some people on YouTube, some of the people are living a completely different lifestyle. Like, they also exist on the same planet, they're also on the same earth, right? So everything should be now seen like that. You're creating your own reality, and in this reality I could sense that the feminine had her own place, but she also had another place. It could be like a club. Maybe she's taken a membership at some club where she just goes to spend time and be by herself. She's a very independent person, not so many friends around, but yet very social. She has a social life. She can strike a conversation with anybody, and it's a safe world. It's a safe world. It's not like creeps hanging around or creepy people around her. So as soon as this man leaves her house, a girl from her office comes in. She rings the doorbell and she stands beneath that place, the parking area. And the feminine, the divine feminine, looks over from her window and she sees this girl from HR, human resources, of her office. I don't know if she's from HR or she's from some department, but definitely she's from office. And she says to her that I've come to invite you for a party, for an event actually. And she's like, what event? Now, this made me think that is she in some kind of a job profile, or she's in some business where she's actually conducting events, or some kind of community programs. What is she doing? Like, is she doing something interesting like that, where she's supposed to make people meet? And is this how this man also met her suddenly somewhere out of the blue? So this lady says to her that we have this event coming up and you got to be there because it's happening on so and so date and day. And she gives her the venue. As I said, that many a times you don't see them talking, you can just see them emanating the words, like the vibes and everything. It's just like kind of self-explanatory. And that lady tells her that you got to be at this event, and she says, why? Like, what happened? She says, we're doing this event for this really rich guy. And she takes name of some billionaire dude, okay, and was very popular. And now the feminine is thinking, she imagines a person, and I can see who this guy is. He's a man, like, he's like someone who's a bit balding. He could have been handsome like 10 years back, maybe, with his head full of hair or with his skin much nicer, but now he looks more like he's just working a lot and he's made a lot of money. But people are around him because he's very rich and he has this market value. And suddenly the feminine is thinking, so this is that very rich guy. Okay, so now she's thinking about the crush who she just met and said bye to, and this person. So it could be possible that this divine feminine is looking for the right person, looking for the right partner, looking for a man to get married with. And here are these options. Like, she was supposed to meet someone at the carnival sort of place where we had these fairy lights. But even in the club, wherever she was, there was one man talking to her, but she didn't show him much interest. And then we all met the crush. We all met the crush, actually, it felt like that. And now there's a fourth character. a rich guy, a rich billionaire or millionaire, whosoever he is, he's wearing a t-shirt, and on top of the t-shirt, he's wearing a checkered shirt, which is like beige, like stripes, beige and white, and the check stripes. And I mean, when she imagined him or she saw him, the vision that I was shown also was he was in a room full of people with a whiteboard giving some presentation on money and on this or that, like all materialistic stuff. So this is a hardcore materialistic guy, but instantly I could catch on to the vibe that he can give her a very luxurious life. But it's also not a compulsion that she has to go for this party or this meet or this event. But that HR lady or whosoever she is, when she tells her, she has this twinkle in her eyes and this kind of excitement, and she doesn't even come upstairs. She says, no, no, I just came to give the message to you. And this also made me think, why didn't she call? Like, she could have called her, she could have, just emailed her or used technology. But that lady actually went to the house, rang the doorbell. So either she lives nearby and she knows this divine feminine really well, and she was also excited for her, which means she's a well wisher, she's a confidante, she's a woman, could be her employee, could be her secretary, assistant, whosoever, but somebody who cares for the feminine. And maybe she wants the feminine to have a really good life. Or it could be possible that they all have a common goal. Maybe they all want some project or some big money for something. It looked like a scenario where a lot of things could change around her materialistically. But now that she's just met this crush and she just had like a very sacred, special time with him, I absolutely did not see any lust. Even if they were inside a room, which to me felt like a living room, but they did have some moments together. I was not shown any of it. All I could see was they were both kind of in a cozy atmosphere. And at this point in time, she was thinking in her head, like, what to do? What should I do? Should I meet this billionaire, whosoever, very rich dude, or should I focus on the crush situation that's actually turning into something very beautiful, very warm and fuzzy? But why did we even see this comparison in the first place? That's the question I wanted to ask, but that's where this channeling, this vision ended, and there's nothing more, no more information. But it was like a question mark at the end. What will the divine feminine do? Who is she going to choose? So it could be possible that she's at the crossroad. Maybe she already knew this guy, this rich dude, or they were there was something happening, but maybe now is the point that she can make the choice. She can take things forward. Is she going to do it? Is she not going to do it? That's the question. You can get into private reading with me. You can choose either intuitive twin flame tarot reading or twin flame astrology reading. You can also hop on to one-on-one sessions and get into therapy with me, because we have some really cool therapies, and I feel that as long as we are clinging on or attached to the programming, the negative memory bank, we really cannot progress in this journey. We're going to be stuck, because we need to learn. Choosing love is also an art, it's also a study. So I'll see you in the next one. One love, peace out, and victory to round. Check out the description box for all those details. Lots of love. Mwah.